Wow. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dirtnation Off-Road. So, we are post Cleghorn. As you can see, my truck behind me, it's really dirty. I haven't cleaned it yet, but I'm going off-roading tomorrow. And the purpose of today's video, this is a long time in the making. A common theme across my channel is, Dustin, you need sliders. Hey, I damaged the side of my truck. You need sliders. Hey, sliders are just fancy burgers. All that stuff. Well, guess what? I finally got my sliders. Woo! So these sliders that I got, I picked them up from a company called Relation Race Wheels. It's a wheel company. They also make like interior stuff for Tacomas. They make, like I said, wheels. They make sliders. They make front bumpers. I believe they make rear bumpers too. I don't know. We're gonna be checking out some of their products, especially if these sliders are any good. So these are their circle tubing ones, and they are powder coated. I picked them up for around like $700-800. So we're gonna check them out. I mean, for this video, all we're gonna do is really install them and just do like initial impressions, and then throughout my videos from there, we'll test them out, and you know, we'll give you feedback along the way, and then I'll do like a full wrap up in a couple months to see like, can these things take the beating? Because come June 8th, which is our Big Bear trip, go to our Instagram, you can get all the info, DM me. We're gonna test out the sliders in for sure. Well, a good thing about these is that they're just bolt-on, so they bolt onto the frame. They're not body mounted or anything. And here's a little bag of hardware that I got right here. All you really need is, so for the bolt and the nut, they're both 13s. So I got a couple 13s right here. I got an impact driver. So I got it all laid out over here. So we're gonna start bolting them on, and then any instructions along the way, we'll go through that. Let me get down nice and sexy for you guys. In terms of hardware, so you got one bolt, and then you get a washer, and you get a nut. So you have a set of 10 of them for 5 for each side. So they're supposed to bolt in to these different holes. You can hear my keys. Hashtag Tacoma keys. Now, we're gonna get these lined up and get them bolted in. I'll show you how to get them all ready to go. Good stuff, Bob. All right, so here is the driver's side. Got my impact gun, got my 13, all my hardware. Okay, so 2 of the bolts for the driver's side is this one right here and this one right here. Those need to be taken out. They're already on the truck inside the frame. So if you look inside here, it's for whatever this is. I don't know if this is some kind of computer or something. So that's gonna have to come out, and then when you re-bolt it on, you put this back on with the new bolt, but this has to come out first. Okay, first slider is on. A little different than what I thought it was gonna be, so let's check it out real quick. So to mount it, actually, I thought you're gonna have to use that hardware, but you actually use the factory bolts. So you have one right here for this mounting bracket, and that's for like the electrical cables. And then there's one right here, and one right here, and those are for this like control module. I don't know what that is. I mean, who really cares? It's inside the frame. So, and then this bolt right here was actually on the frame, so I took that off, and that matched up perfectly. And then it was just, yeah, like it was those 4. So there's alternate holes right here. There's one right here, there's one right here, and then there's a couple, like there's one right there. How it's currently mounted, I'm not 100% comfortable with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount the other side. We'll get the feedback going on that and see if it's the same in terms of like factory bolts and whether you use the actual hardware that's provided. And then after that, I'm gonna head to Home Depot and I'll get a drill bit, probably drill through the frame a little bit, and then get those in there, because this is gonna be at the mounted pretty good, because we're gonna damage it and we're gonna test them. So I definitely don't want it making things worse. So good stuff. So let's mount the other side, and then we'll do an update then. So in case you guys didn't know, the reason I need sliders is ding number 1 and ding number 2. Make sure you have sliders, people. Don't make the same mistake as me. On the passenger side, the only thing I'm gonna have to mess with is this. Probably gotta take this thing off, and then it's gonna bolt right back onto the slider when I get it on there. But it looks like this one has more holes. It has 2 holes right there. You have that same factory bolt that you have to take out and then put back in. And then you have one over here. So it looks like this side's gonna be easier to mount than the driver's side. So for this side, I'm actually gonna record the whole thing so you guys can kind of see the process. Let me just move the camera real quick. And I need a 10, of course. So you need a 10 for this little box. Thanks. Whew. The 14 right here, that's a whopper. Jesus. Oh, I hope you guys just saw that. If you learn one thing from this video, don't do this shit by yourself. Oh, I just dropped a slider on my head and that hurt. All right. This was supposed to be the easy side. All right, sliders are on. My head hurts. In case you didn't see, I dropped a fancy burger on my head. That hurt. Teeth hurt too. Anyways, so the sliders are on, and I gotta say, they look pretty damn nice. Quick feedback. They are kind of a pain in the ass to put on. You gotta move a couple things out of the way and reposition some things, then put the slider on. I would not recommend doing this by yourself because you risk dropping on your head or not bolting them in correctly. What I am gonna do to reinforce them, because I mean, they're on there pretty tight. Each of them has like 4 or 5 bolts. I'm gonna go to Home Depot, get a drill bit to drill into the frame so that I can put a couple more of those bolts. That way it's just more secure, because I already know that I'm gonna be riding on these things all the time. So I'm gonna make sure I do that. And then, I mean, besides that, we're gonna test these things out. We're gonna see how they do. We are 2 days after original installation of the sliders. Now, I haven't drilled my hole yet. That's what I actually gonna do right now. I just got some drill bits. Now, these should work for steel, some cheap Harbor Freight ones, but we'll see how they work, you know, budget life. Initial feedback on these is they do work pretty well. Even with with no drilling, they are mounted on there pretty good. I did hear some rattling on the back side of the driver's side one. So that's why I want to make sure that I get everything drilled, get all the bolts I can in there so that they're 100% secure. They definitely work. I'll cut in some footage of the 4x4 training course yesterday. I was definitely using them.
Oh, sliders! Sliders!
But yeah, fancy burgers are good. Cool. So I'm gonna get the holes drilled up. We'll get some new bolts in there and then go from there. Then we'll wrap the video. I'm gonna start off with the 1/4 inch one because it needs to fit this hardware right here. I'm gonna start off with the 1/4 inch and then we'll move up to a 5/16 if that doesn't work. All right, 1/4 inch was too small, so I went up to a 5/16, but there it is right there. It fits. So I'm gonna drill all 4 holes. So 1, 2, 3, and here's the 4th. Get bolts, washers, everything Loctite, and then these sliders are good to go. Cool. So big thank you to Relation Race Wheels for hooking me up with these. I'll put the Instagram below as well as the website to get them. And then big thank you to Ray with Relation Race Wheels. That's the guy I met when I picked these up. He's a really cool guy. Looks like we might do some wheeling with him in the future, so we'll see about that. But besides that, look forward to us testing these out. So, you know, truck's getting a little nicer. We're getting new tires. We got new sliders. We're ready to do some crazy stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well as subscribe to us on Instagram or follow us on Instagram. Dumbass. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again next time.